the early bird catches the worm, unless the later bird is massive and just kills the early bird and then takes the worm from it. So if you are an early bird, my suggestion would be eat your worm immediately to save off any attacks from bigger birds later on. Hello and welcome to another video, and today I'm doing another Q&A. Now, you may be thinking, why do I never know about these Q&As? How do I ask the question? Well, firstly, you're an idiot, and secondly, you need to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can do that if you want. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm feeling generous, so I want to keep this ideally as an Instagram Q&A just to kind of make it easier for me to answer the questions, and also so I don't get 5 million. And so what I'll do today, because I'm feeling kind, like I said, is I'll answer a couple of the Facebook questions, because I've got a few on there as well. I did get a lot, like obviously a large majority of them on Instagram. So today I'll do a couple of Facebook ones. I'll do as many Instagram ones as I can. But from the next one onwards, it will be Instagram only. So if you follow me on Instagram and you are watching my stuff, then obviously when the Q&A picture comes up, which will be probably a couple of days before the Q&A video, you ask me a question, I answer it, boom, everyone's a winner, except for the losers who get their questions in too late, in which case you are very much a loser. Now, what I am planning to do with the Q&As is do one every other Thursday. Thursday is a good day for a Q&A because Thursday rhymes with Q&A, although so does Monday, Tuesday, they all kind of rhyme. Saturday, yeah, they all end with day, so day rhymes with A. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Yeah, so I'll do it every other Thursday. I was thinking every week, but I figured that the questions might get a bit like repetitive or boring. But I have got quite a lot to get through, so I'm probably not going to do them all. So if you are, like I said, if you got in a bit late, I apologise. All I can say is next time it comes around, get your question in early. The early bird catches the worm, unless the later bird is massive and just kills the early bird and then takes the worm from it. So if you are an early bird, my suggestion would be eat your worm immediately to save off any attacks from bigger birds later on. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm going to do in the interest of fairness and in the interest of time, because I am a Time Lord, I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes. I figure 15 minutes is a nice round number. Admittedly, it's an odd number, but it sounds good. 10 is too short, 20 is probably too long, 15, happy with that. So, timer is being started now. Right, I'm going to answer the first couple I got on Facebook, then I'm going straight to Instagram. So Facebook guys, unlucky. Right, first question on Facebook. John Bradford, tips for a stronger chest, ? Cheers, with a little emoji, bicep. First thing, John, please word your questions better. Don't start a question with tips for, start it with, can I have some tips for? Anyway, tips for a stronger chest. You want to do, obviously, predominantly lower rep work. So we're looking at sets of 3, sets of 5, and then maybe once a week, or every so often, throw in some more rep work. So a combination of sets of 10 to 12 with lower reps, 3 to 5, heavier weight. Combine those two things. Look at things like bench press, chest dumbbell press, some incline work. Just big, heavy movements, maybe some flyers thrown in there as well. Basically, just do all kind of chest stuff and do a combination of different reps. So pretty much everything. That was a terrible answer, I apologise. We've got this started really badly. Right, question number 2, Jared Nelson. Do you ever have bad days at the gym and decide to do a deload day or week? Yeah, yes and no. I wouldn't ever randomly throw in a deload week. That would generally be fairly programmed. That said, I don't program massively long term. Like I wouldn't say, right, I'm doing this for the next 8 weeks, then I'm going to do this. As of yet in my kind of early lifting career, I haven't programmed that far ahead. So I'll generally say, I'm going to train for 6 weeks, then do a deload. What I'll do, however, is if I get to week 5 and I'm feeling like I'm kind of starting to struggle, I'll kind of cut it a bit short. And it will likewise, if I'm feeling really good and I've got more there, I might extend it for a little bit longer. So yeah, and occasionally I'll go into the gym and feel really rubbish and maybe kind of drop it a bit lighter. But the current programming I'm running it's working really well. I'm never really getting that really bad accumulated fatigue. So far I'm okay. But by all means, if you are feeling really crappy, you know, use your experience, use your brain, don't be stupid and kill yourself. Right, I'm going straight over to Instagram, guys. That is that for Facebook. So, Instagram. Question number 1, CharlieB_128. Do you think you're making fat gains or mainly muscle gains with all those calories? That is a very personal question. get, obviously, you know, I'm not magic. Of course I'm putting on fat. I'm not a wizard. I'm going to be putting on fat. If you bulk as heavily as I am, you are going to gain fat. That said, I am only gaining a small amount of weight each week, but realistically, when you get to, you know, to a fairly experienced training age, it's very, very hard to gain muscle. Muscle takes a long time to grow. Therefore, if you are putting on weight, you know, any amount of weight, it's going to be, a lot of that is going to be fat. So yeah, my answer will be fat and muscle. Holden, what is that? Holden Noodle Fitness. I'm getting a lot of words there. Hold a nude. Don't hold a nude. All fitness. Holden Noodle Fitness. That's a. My question is, can you please get a better name? What made you start lifting? I used to do it when I was doing athletics, track and field. That was kind of one of the funnest parts of training. I used to love lifting weights, and so now I've just kind of carried on into powerlifting, obviously focused predominantly on that, but basically because I really enjoy it. I love lifting heavy weights and just seeing that continual progression. Smoked Tabasco, all one word. Will you do a deadlift tutorial video one day? Done one already. I've got how I fix my deadlift video up. If you put in how to fix your deadlift or how I fix my deadlift, have a look at that on my channel. Also have a deadlift tutorial coming up tomorrow. So tomorrow, look out. I've got a little kind of short deadlift tips based video. It's going to be sweet. And he also says, will you give a shout out to my newborn son, Oscar? Oscar! There we go. Tim Thibodeau, Timmy Thibodeau, when are you coming to give me a massage? I've been outside your house for the last 3 consecutive nights, mate, and you haven't answered the door, so don't go giving it the big one about asking for a massage if you're not actually going to allow me in to deliver that massage. Latino Boy 94 is a cool name. I feel like my right shoulder tendon is literally moving when I do bench and dips. It causes me some discomfort. Any ideas how to fix this? When you say your right shoulder tendon, I don't know what you mean. I mean, obviously you've got a bicep tendon there. The fact that you feel like it's moving, that maybe, I think maybe you mean that, you know, sometimes you get it where you can feel kind of bits flicking over as you move your shoulder. To be honest, mate, I need a lot more information to know what you're talking about. All I would say is, if you're not getting any pain or if you're not getting, oh, you've said it causes you some discomfort. If it's mild discomfort and it's just constant, it doesn't get worse, then you may want to just kind of obviously get some treatment, go and see a physio, but you may be okay to continue. If the pain gets progressively worse, then of course you just stop what you're doing. That is kind of the main thing I'd say, but you want to go and see a physio or some kind of exercise physiology expert, because obviously it's very hard for me to give a diagnosis without even seeing the problem. Michael Petros, when are you coming to give Tim Thibodeau a massage? I've already answered that. I think the ball is very much in Tim's court there. Daniel J. Ruff. This guy was annoyed last time because he asked me a question on Facebook. I didn't answer it, and he's learned his lesson, and he's now asked it to me on Instagram. Your YouTube channel is brilliant. Awkward. If it's not hilarious, it's inspiring. I'd like to start with myself, even if no one else watched it, just to track my fitness journey, struggles and music. Food porn. What made you want to start making videos, and could you give any advice on getting started? Yes, Daniel. What I would say, the biggest thing is, really think it through. Don't start it. I mean, obviously you said there you're doing it for your own benefit, but if you want to do it seriously, then really consider it, because it is a lot of work, and at times it can be a bit soul destroying. If you spend a lot of time making a video or a series of videos and they get no views, then that is a bit depressing. So make sure you are really in it for the long run, you are willing to put the time in, and then be consistent. You know, make consistent videos, try and comment on other people's videos, be as social as you can, reply to your comments, and be patient. Obviously it is generally a long game unless you're lucky, so be patient, keep going. If you've got good content, you will end up doing well eventually. Pray asp, all one word. How do you not get fat by eating such large quantities of food, and have you ever counted macros? Thanks. I've never counted macros, and I don't get fat by eating large quantities of food because I have a very fast metabolism. The amount of food you can eat is relative to your metabolism. So if you have a fast metabolism, you can eat loads of food and not get fat. And conversely, if you eat loads of food, if you have a slow metabolism and you eat a small amount of food, then it'll be okay. If you eat loads of food, you get fat. So like I said, if your metabolism is here and you eat this much food, you get fat. Metabolism is here and you eat this much food, you lose weight, and so on. It's very simply maths. Bobbins. If an orange is called an orange, why isn't banana called a yellow? Good question. My question to you would be, if a banana is called a banana, why is an orange called an orange? Philosophical. Andrea Shem, Candido or Garrett, who will win the deadlift battle? I thought it was already over. I thought it was a battle to 7 plates and that Garrett already won it. No, Johnny already won it. But maybe there's a new one, maybe there's a new one I'm unaware of. If there is, I don't know. Obviously Johnny Candido won the last one, so I'd probably back him. But Garrett is a bit of an animal, so it could go either way. I wouldn't like to say. That was a rubbish answer, sorry. Sam_Stokes, Chamberlain or Walcott? As an Arsenal fan, that's good knowledge there, Sam. I would have to say not comparable. Walcott, I see him now very much as a striker, as a goal scorer. Chamberlain, very much as a winger / central midfielder. As an overall player, Chamberlain's a better player, comfortably in my opinion, but in terms of their position in the team, it's very hard to say. I think they're different players. Dan.Burt94, are you still going to compete in the British Nationals if you're too heavy for the weight class you're aiming for? That's not going to happen. I am desperate. If you watch my bulking and bodybuilding on a Monday, I'm desperately trying to increase my weight. So the chance of me being over my weight category is very, very slim. If it did happen, I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure if you turn up to Nationals and you don't make the weight category, you're gone. I'm pretty sure, which that would literally suck. If that happened, I'd probably... I don't know what I'd do, probably move to Spain and change my name to Miguel. D-O-U-I, no, D0-U-I, which is not a word. If someone has bad form at the gym, like seriously going to snap their something up, bad form, would you approach them and offer advice? Yes, I would. The way I approach this, if someone looks like they're not the kind of person that wants to hear it, like maybe someone older or more experienced, generally I won't bother. But if it's someone younger or someone who I know quite clearly doesn't know what they're doing and I think they're going to benefit from some advice, I will generally go and give it because I feel bad. Like when I was younger and I was training, I would have loved someone to come and say, doing this wrong, mate, do this, it's going to help. You know, so in that respect, I would always go and help someone, yes. Vicky495, why are you so awesome? Vicky, if I knew the answer to that, I would tell you, but I don't. It's obviously, we got a lot of reasons there. We need a long list. Shaheen126, how long have you been lifting for? What's your age? I am 29, Shaheen, and I've been powerlifting since the start of last year. T.2. T to triceps. Is that, I don't know, I'm assuming you like tea there. Is there any link between tea and triceps? I would say no. Tea is in TEAs and the drink tea. I don't know why I said that. That's irrelevant. You said in the previous video you plan on coming to Ireland soon, in brackets, yay, exclamation mark. Any spots in particular you plan on visiting, possible, meet up? I would like to go to Dublin. I've never been to Ireland, I've never been to Dublin. I've heard Dublin's amazing, so I'd like to go there. Other than that, I don't really know. I guess like Belfast would be awesome, but yeah, Dublin for me is somewhere I definitely want to go at some point soon if I can. Let me do a quick time check. I imagine time is getting on. How are we looking? Oh, that's right, I've got 5 minutes left. We're okay, 5 minutes left. Don't panic, don't panic. Okay, I've lost my place. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. Alex Levine, 91. That's annoying. That's not a question. You've just replied to someone else. Alex Levine, you've ruined my entire Q&A. I hope you're happy. Alex_Warby, have you ever considered trying Olympic lifting? Yeah. Not right now. Like when I was doing athletics, I used to do a lot of cleans and I do snatch as well sometimes. I think I cleaned quite a lot. I forget what it was now, but yeah, at the moment I'm not going to do it because it doesn't really equate so much to powerlifting, but it will be cool to do it at some point in the future. Olympic lifters are absolute animals, by the way. Noah Grog, what else do you do for chest besides the bench? A question mark, which is typical of a question. I do, if you watch my bulking and bodybuilding, you'll see the bodybuilding type chest stuff that I do, but after a heavy bench session, I like to do a lot of fly work. I like to take the contrast between obviously pressing and flies. So I'll do like some machine flies, I'll do some cable flies, occasionally maybe some dumbbell flies, and then obviously a few kind of presses as well, maybe some dumbbell presses, some machine presses, just the standard bro chest stuff you see people doing just to get a bit of volume in, because a bigger chest equals a bigger bench press. Alex P. Fit, when are you coming to Ireland for a pint? Alex, kind of answered that already, not the pint part. I'd like to come to Ireland soon for sure. Alex Levine 91, you're hogging the question section here, my friend. What's your typical warm-up consist of? And do you do any mobility work? My typical warm-up is literally just build up sets till I get to my working set. So for example, with deadlifts, I'll do a set with 1 plate, I'll do a set 2 plates, set with 3 plates, set with 4 plates, and so on until I get to my working sets, and that's all I'll do. I do mobility work maybe 1 night a week at best. It's really bad. I should definitely do it more. I have been neglecting that side of my training for sure, because I'm lazy and because I'm busy, and so I don't have time to do it, and I'm always tired and stuff, but I will try and up that over time if I can. Ads Fox, good luck with the British Champs. What's on the horizon after? Any new goals? PS, would love to see you do a day of tracking macros. I've said this so many times, guys. I do want to do one. I know it'll be cool. I know you guys like seeing the exact macronutrients that I'm consuming. I will do one at some point soon. It's just the time, and yeah, it's just a pain for me to do that, and I am, like I said, lazy. So if what we could do, if someone wants to come to my house and just follow me around with some kind of calculator, you by all means can do that and track my calories and then do it for me. That'd be great. Otherwise, I'll try and do it soon if I can. And in terms of after the British Champs, my plan is, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at cutting down weight, maybe dropping down a weight category potentially. Other than that, I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm going to continue powerlifting. I want to get super strong. I want to become like a freak and just get ridiculously strong, but I haven't looked at any more competitions or anything beyond that. Captain underscore fit. This guy has a YouTube channel, I believe, because I recognize his profile. What would you do if tomorrow, waking up, good use of commas there, you would figure out that all, ruined it there, you'd figure out that all the barbells and dumbbells on the planet Earth are disappeared. If all the barbells and dumbbells on planet Earth are disappeared, initially, I would probably be in a state of disbelief. I'd probably make a few phone calls. I mean, it would take me probably take me a good couple of days to actually establish that all of the barbells and dumbbells on planet Earth have gone. At that point, I guess I would just speak to some kind of barbell / dumbbell production company and ask if they could make me some new ones. Perfield, yeah, this dude is a powerlifter and he's actually doing the British Champs with me, I believe, although in a low weight category. What's your opinion on geared lifting? Also, would you consider it? So geared lifting, I'm assuming that obviously that's, wearing like kit, so like a deadlift suit or a bench press suit. In my opinion, I don't want to be rude, but I think it's a bit of a waste of time. Like, it's cool in that it allows you to lift more weight. That is obviously cool, but at the same time, I don't like it because it is subjective. Like, I don't know enough about it to make a real judgment, but my understanding is that if you have one guy that has a better suit than another guy, they can lift more weight. It's just a bit like, what's the point? Like, if you're going to bench press in a suit, why not just stand on the bench and just deadlift the bar? Like, where do you draw the line? I think it's a bit pointless. I would always just like to see guys lifting weight in their natural state, because otherwise it, like I said, becomes very there's lots of grey areas, very subjective. I don't like the idea of that. So personally, I'm not interested in doing gear lifting, and fair play if you want to do that. It's cool that you can lift loads more weight, but it doesn't really appeal to me. That's a big question. Gary McCosson, any nutrition tips for teenagers? I mean, obviously, in terms of being a teenager versus an adult, it's not really going to change much. The biggest thing is, generally speaking, teenagers tend to have a very, very fast metabolism, which is why you see a lot of teenagers in the gym that are very skinny. You need to eat more food. Don't worry about supplements and stuff. Just eat as much food as you can. If you find you are struggling to build mass, to build muscle, you need to eat more food. Simple as that. Eat as much food as you physically can, and you will get bigger and stronger. Aaron86, that's a good question, mate, but it's really, really long. I'm going to leave that. And I've gone over my time. Oh my God, I didn't put an alarm on my stopwatch. I'm now 16 minutes. I apologise. That was not planned. Next time I'll set an alarm so that it goes beep, 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 beep at the end, and it will be more dramatic. I think I did that last time, and I just forgot to do it now. I'm not really sure why I'm still talking about this, because I'm just making the video even longer. Anyway. That, my friends, is that. I apologise sincerely if I didn't get to your question. The only lesson you should have learned here is just try and get your question in earlier, or unsubscribe to my channel and just, cut me out of your life. But I would rather it was the former of those two. So, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Remember, every 2 weeks I'll do one of these. So what I'll probably do is put a picture up on Instagram on the Tuesday. You ask me the question, the video goes up on the Thursday. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and I will see you tomorrow.